Stop doing marketing for your small business, except if you do this one thing. I've been in this field for the past 12 years, and for the past 8 years I've been a content creator, and on those 8 years I've worked with so many people that have businesses, small and big businesses, as well as I also did my own, to realize that all of the marketing comes down to these 3 principles. So I promise that after this video you will have a very good understanding about how to make marketing for your business, as well as the best marketing for your business, as well as how you can do it fast and do it forever. And the way that I'm going to do it, I'm going to tell you the story, give you the lessons, and then I'm going to give you a secret of mine. Let's get started. So it all began, let's say 8 years ago. I started making content. Few years, and while doing YouTube, uploading it on all the platforms, I realized that a lot of people always mention this. It's like, should we make a video together? Should we make a video together? You should come to us and show the people this thing that we have, etc., etc. And later on, at first, I didn't understand this as an opportunity. I just thought they were laughing at me or making jokes, or just they were breaking the ice. But then I realized that it all comes down to this one thing. So if there is one thing that someone who wants to do marketing has to know, is that he has to know what does he want from the marketing that he does. So I was in college, so the first 2 months as a finance college student, I went there and I enjoyed all of this world of finance people, because I was not in there. I was a physics scientist. So then I realized that, well, that makes so much sense. I was learning about all of this different tricks, about marketing, about finance, about accounting, and all of that. So I realized that there is a lot of aspects that I, as a physics scientist, I didn't understood. But the thing is, I used those methods, I used those principles later on, and trust me, it all makes sense in a second. So based on the knowledge that I got from there, one of the most important things that I learned from there is you have to count. So let's say you did marketing, you did UGC, user generated content for your business, small business, whatever, or your service. It's the same thing, whether that be on your personal account or you're working with affiliates, you just started another account, business account, it doesn't matter. The thing is, you're doing the UGC, which is free content creation, and it's one-to-many. So that a lot of people can watch just one piece of content that you create, and also you can repurpose it, which we will talk about, which is basically a big secret. The only thing that small businesses has to know about their marketing is that they have to comprehend their numbers. They have to understand their numbers better than anyone else. So you have to know, where are you at? What are your sales? What are this? What is that? If it's test, sure, you don't have the data. But if you do, you have to look at the statistics. If you don't have statistics, you have to write them. That's the priority. Then you start doing marketing to understand which type is better for you. Because there is 4 types of getting leads. We have warm outreach, cold outreach. We have also content creation. We have paid ads. That's the only 4 ways that you can really get to anyone, right? So we have one-to-one warm outreach. You know someone, you're gonna ask him about if he's interested in buying your stuff, or someone else he knows he's interested in buying your stuff. The other thing is cold outreach. Cold outreach, to strangers, and you convince them they have to buy your stuff. When it comes to content, it's one-to-many, so it's not one-to-one anymore. And with this, you're literally just make content once and people can watch it 100 times unlimitedly, and can watch it by unlimited amount of people. And we have paid ads. It's the same as content, but now you're paying to get the reach instead of just seeing what works or studying how to make videos grow, which can take time and it is a skill of itself. You're using ads, so you pay Facebook, and Facebook will show your video to X amount of people. There's only these 4 ways, and don't take it from me. Take it from Alex Hormozi's book, $100 Million Leads. This is a segment. He made an entire segment about these. He calls them the core 4, about Everything you do is one of these four. The thing is, you don't have to do all four of them. Most businesses only have to do one, except if you're making millions of dollars a year, then maybe you should add another one. But if you're not, you should just focus on one, whether that being content creation, whether that being warm outreach, cold outreach, etc. The thing that I noticed for myself, because I have a service of mine that I started about 9 months ago, I realized that, I added another avatar to my business. So if you have a business, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Avatar is basically the person who you want to buy your stuff. Like he's the person that you target with your marketing, with your videos, with your outreach, with your whatever. So when I added this, I was using the same vehicle as the previous avatar, which is content. That's what I knew. I realized that, the avatar that I'm retargeting right now literally does not exist on social media. You know, they say Bugatti never makes ads on the internet, has nothing, like you're never gonna see ads on TV, never gonna see ads on internet, because simply the owner said that the people that will buy Bugatti do not exist there. They do not watch TV, they do not watch social media, etc. So that's something that you have to comprehend. So if you have a situation like this, you don't want to do content, right? You want to do cold outreach or warm outreach, it might work better. That's what I've seen myself, because I tried warm outreach just like a no-brainer. You know, I said, you know what, I know people, I'm just gonna speak to them. That's my nature. But I know that my main vehicle is content, is UGC, is user-generated content. That's how I get people, how I get leads. Now I realized that I was doing this, but still I was getting more from the warm outreach than this. When we're talking more, I got 3 people from here, 0 people from here in the span of 2 months. I realized that, warm outreach is working way better than this, and probably it's not even about warm outreach, it's about the outreach and where my avatar does exist. So this is a trick when you see about marketing. That's why you see a lot of cars pay to, like, in the billboards. Of course, not Bugatti or anything, but a lot of cars do this. The reason behind it is, like, people that will see that billboard are usually car drivers. The likelihood of someone who drives cars to buy another car or to renew his car is more likely than someone who does not have a car. So it makes sense to put it there instead of, let's say, putting it on a football stadium or a gym or whatever. And the reason behind it is, like, who is going to see that billboard, and is he the person, or is he your avatar? So this is an important thing, because imagine if you have a business, let's say you just built your own Bugatti company. Imagine, okay, this is hypothetical. I have my own Bugatti company, but I don't do outreach. I don't do outreach at all. So whether that be in warm, whether that be in cold, I just create content. Nobody that watches my content, so probably billionaires don't spend all day on Instagram and on social media, and don't spend the entire day on TV. That's why I'm not going to do that. That's the simple, right? So what makes more sense, I'm going to go to the people who have money to have, let's say, Ferraris, or let's say, or people who buy jets, private jets, etc. I'm going to go there and I'm going to do my cold outreach or warm outreach if I know people. And usually this is how it works. So for you, probably you're going in the wrong way in the beginning and you think that marketing doesn't work for you, simply because you didn't choose your own vehicle. So this is not only coming from the data, but also, as I said, it's coming from big names in the industry. As an example, the $100 million leads by Alex Hormozi. Good. Now I'm going to speak about my experience. Okay. So I've had this coffee shop that I worked with, and they just opened and they said, you know what? So if there is one big brand deal that I would do any day of the week that I did, it will be this one. I went to this coffee shop, they were just opening, and they said, you know what? I want to make content. I want to make video for you. And I was kind of like aiming abroad just to see whatever sticks, and I'll do it. So they said, sure. It took me a few weeks actually, to start. And the day when they were starting, I went to them and I went all in. So I started filming, I started all of that. In the same day, I got the video out, etc. The thing is, I really knew their avatars. And I knew at the time that my followers are their avatars. So it'll give them the highest return on investment when it comes to ads. And that was proven by simply just asking the employees there. They were telling me that everyone who comes, you're the only person that they know and they've watched your videos. And he said it makes all the sense because it just, their avatar is my avatar. On the other hand, they got some influencers, they called them. So it's not like me, I pitched them. Some people called them, they called them. They didn't give them as return on investment because simply if someone is in the beauty industry and you're trying to make an ad for you for a coffee industry, it doesn't make any sense. Even that they have three ways, like they have a coffee industry, they have a space kids industry, and they have also restaurant industry, but it just doesn't make any sense with the beauty industry. For me, because I work in entertainment, well, space kids, that's one. Two, it's a coffee shop, well, duh. And also the restaurant. It makes all the sense. But for her, it doesn't. And the thing is, they brought so many content creators that actually they have more followers than me. And it's not like me just pulling them down, but that would make sense. And I know if it's something about beauty center, I will not be able to make the best ad or get the return on investment in comparison to her. Obviously, there is exceptions, like if I'm going to work all in and go all in, I will figure this out. But the thing is, let's say on a just standard basis, hypothetically, normally, she should get more in there, I should get more in there. That's it. So these things you have to comprehend, whether you have your own content, whether you're going to make ads for small businesses, or you are a small business, you're looking for content creator who give you the ads. So look for people who are literally suited to what you want, except of just looking at the views, which is a very fucked up metric. Like I see all the people and they do that, like when I try to pitch someone, I show them my data and they say, look, the statistics say that just in the past month I got more than 1 million views across all of my platforms, and your video is going to be one of those, and it will always be on my profile, etc. But the thing is, I really don't believe that the data that I get in the past month or 3 months really is the most important thing. But I also know from experience that I did, right, that the most important metric to make people actually convinced on what you do is to give them the content that they want. Or in this case, it's literally just to give them who they want. So this makes all the sense, but still, for a lot of people, they think that a lot of marketing is really, I'm not gonna get into the equation of marketing and difference between marketing and also advertising and promotions and etc. It's you can search it up. But the thing is, I'm gonna tell you something. So I've done with this brand deal just about a month ago. I pitched this one person and I said, well, I was actually pitching him more than one time. He never responded. So I pitched him one time, went through the sales process, and I convinced him to actually make the ad for him. The thing is, a lot of people don't know where are their avatars. It's the same guy, it's the same situation. I knew I had more of his avatar than anybody else. But they didn't care, they just cared about what they see on social media. What they don't understand is that their literal avatar is not who they see on social media. It's like if you have a gym, you want someone who has gym owners as his content watchers or consumers. If you're gonna get someone who is in gaming industry, and yes, he gets millions and millions of attractions and views and impressions every month, but he doesn't have the gym people. He doesn't have the gym bros. He will not give you the highest return on investment, even though that you might feel awesome at the moment, probably the video will get views, it will not be as useful. So this is something that I realized, and it's actually very important, because I just see all the brands and I try to pitch them, etc. But they just don't give really zero to no importance to knowing their avatar. You say like, what do you want from this content creator? It's like just to make a video. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but like, what do you want from the video? Is it money? Is it sales? Is it traction? Are you looking for? And the best type of people are the people that know what they want. So if you have a small business and try to pitch creators, please do it. do a lot. Just do 100, do 200 creators. You will find your ones. But the thing is, you have to also be ready to comprehend or to explain what you want. So if you want a video that brings you sales, say that. You know, if you want a video that brings you attention, say that. Because content creation have so much experience, you just have to put in the prompt and they will make it happen. And the reason why you use content creators instead of UGC content is because user-generated content sometimes has a limited reach according to who is making it. So you might also consider, if you're a small business and you are an entrepreneur and you're just making UGC content and you just gave it to your friend or your girlfriend or your wife, which is something that I noticed. I've worked with 2 small businesses, and when I say small businesses, we're speaking about few thousands of dollars, or like, let's say at least $15,000 to make, to like few hundreds. So we're talking about 6-figure businesses. I talk to them and I go pitch them. I realize that the one who is running their social media accounts, aka their fucking marketing, is their wife or their girlfriend or their cousin. Just because she is a girl and she knows how to take picture or she looks good doesn't mean she will be great at giving you money as an entrepreneur. So I think it's just a no-go to give it to anyone. It's like your wife or your girlfriend, whatever, just don't give her that. Or tell her, make your own content and just do that. But I'm gonna hire someone who is capable and has a very good idea about what he's doing. I remember I was talking to this fast food chain, not chain, but just like small thing. And I was pitching him. I said, hey, well, I think you should have a social media content manager. And this is something that I can do because I managed a lot of contents. And I managed a lot of profiles. He said, well, I have one. And I looked at his profile. I made everything. I made him his profile picture, his bio, his links, his information. He was so bad that the content had 1 point. That has 1 post, or few posts. And he said, this is not content creation. This is not what you want. He said, well, we have customers. I just hate that word. It's like, you have customers. What does that translate into? Do you have the entire customers of the city? Probably not. Are people hungry and not buying from you? Yes. Then you don't have customers. Yeah, you have some, but you can get more. The only way to get more is to get more people in the door. How to do that is make better content. Because it's the low cost, it's literal to low cost industry that will get you eyeballs on your business. And there's a lot of agencies that do this right now. It's like user-generated content, which is good. It's like if you give an agency do it for you, it's usually awesome and they know what they're doing. And I have no problem with that. But just like do it. It's like whether you go to an agency, go to a freelancer, you go to a content creator. It's like content creators have very good ideas about how to back to back get attention. And especially if he has like less than 100,000 followers and he knows how to get stuff done, or on the extreme end is he has like a lot of followers. The thing is, you don't want someone who has more than 1 million followers because he can be cocky, okay? And you don't want that. So basically what you do is you're gonna pitch him and you're gonna say, well, I want this content for this company, tell me what you can do. What you want is quantitative metrics and qualitative metrics. We're talking about how many posts a month, how many videos, how many stories a day, etc. And also the quality. So is there, let's say, a reach guarantee? Is there a quality guarantee? Is there a quality metrics that you have to follow? So the videos should be, let's say, good images, bright, let's say good compositions, following some sort of rules. There is a theory behind it, psychology, customer psychology, what's the goal of the videos, etc. If he can answer all of those questions, then maybe you have an expert and you have to test him. Say, I'm gonna give you my account or make my content for 2 days and let's see how that works. And just pay him. You can pay him whatever you want, right? Or pay him his fees, like ask him, is like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna pay you for 2 days and let's see how that works. Or ask him for his monthly fees, then cut it down to 30 and multiply it by 2. That's how you know 2 days worth of work, and just let him do the work. 2 days is enough to know if someone is good or bad. And usually also the first 2 days, he's more excited to show off, so probably you will get the best results. And if in the first 2 days you're not very satisfied, you feel like he doesn't know what he's doing, etc., just cut him off. And this happens to me because I don't have cameras, like professional cameras, when I film. And I go to these people and I show them the stats, the statistics. I will give them way more of a narrow eye than anybody else. But they still think, you're just filming with your phone, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And I'm like, that's not even what you want. That's really what you want. Not like, how does me having a professional camera will help you get more customers? Explain it to me in words. Probably not. And everyone who they give money to, and they give way big chunk of money, just because they have professional cameras, they don't give them the ROI that they want. They just give them cool camera shots or drone shot. Yeah, cool, but will it get you eyeballs? I work in marketing. I'll get you eyeballs. I'll get you customers. I'll get you sales. I will not just get you cool content or good looking content. It's really all what I think about all the time. And the thing is, a lot of people actually neglect this because they think, well, maybe I don't have to do this. Maybe there's something else that I can do and it will give me more of a narrow eye. If there is one thing that I can say about all the businesses that I have pitched to make user-generated content is 3 points. 1, don't give your content to your wife or your girlfriend or your cousin. Give it to someone who knows what he's doing. 2, know what you want, whether that be in sales, money, traction, eyeballs, whatever that being is. 3, know your avatar. You have to know who you want to realize who is the content creator that you want to collaborate with and who is the type of content creator that you want to make the UGC for you. These tricks, it seems like nobody's speaking about them, but it is actually the most important. Honestly, that's what it is. As I promised, I give you all my knowledge. This is all what I have about this subject. And as I promised, like now, you can do whatever you want. Marketing is a small business from now, and you don't need any additional information. So might as well subscribe. Because what you've seen here, you can never unseen.